by Harrison. So ball inbounds to roll. She just holds it over the defender.
Nesbitt has to put it up with the shot clock winding down, doesn't get it. Kelly on the ground, tied up, ball stays here with Abaco. So good job by Strawn and Roll to tie that one up, to force the jump ball when it seems as if Kelly came away with the rebound. St. Clair will inbound. Gets it into Baptiste over the Roll, mid-post J, rims out, ball goes to Harrison. Diasti Galanti will bring it up for New Providence. Finds a wide open Butler. Rolled just a bit late on the closeout. Great pass from Delancey, looking ahead the entire time. That's point guard vision. We talked about that the first game that these two teams played. That's one thing that doesn't go away. And there she is on the steal. Those instincts playing a part now. And she got the start in this game. We didn't see her start the last two games. Culmer was deciding to rest and be strategic with how we played his players, how we rested them for this moment. You do all of that strategizing for this moment right here. Yeah. As tough as it is, it's an even playing field for everybody. Everybody has that same problem. Everybody has that same issue, that same complaint. So it's on you as a coach to determine what you can get away with your roster. And roster building comes into play with all of that. It determines how you are able to manage that, who you can go with, which games you decide to still go after. Some you may have to let get away. I mean, that's a moot point now because you have to go after all of them. But it's all in how you decide to coach and how you decide to manage your roster.
Have a blowed with victory, and it's well in hand.
And we saw that from this New Providence team. Ferguson and Brianna Stevens played nearly the entire game against Grand Bahama while most of the veterans sat.
Yes, yes. And now New Providence seems to be chipping into this lead. You don't want to go in there traveling.
Tried to get it to Butler inside out. I'd like to see her take that jumper or take that floater. Waltier Roll was sagging off right there, playing the pass. You've got to take advantage and still be aggressive.
It's going to be tough if they don't learn to knock down that jump. They're not going to get anything inside with Roll.
That's it. Great first step. Spin move. Off the back rim. No good. Fight for the rebound. Goes to
jump ball. Possession
ball.
arrow goes to New Providence.
Buccaneers get the possession. Great roll from Nesbitt, but great move from Nesbitt, but unable to finish.
And good hustle there. 50-50 ball. Everybody was on the floor.
Lanty pushing the pace.
Unforced turnover there. Unforced turnover by New Providence.
Butler unable to handle the pass. Delancey giving some, let's call it, encouragement.
Yeah.
Telling her forward, you got to come down with that one.
Right.
She knows how important every possession is in a game like this.
Yes.
Double comes a bit late.
Oh, yeah.
You knew
Spawn away from the defense and use the left hand. See, Balti is so versatile. She can spin baseline, use the right hand. Now she spawned to the paint using the left hand. So she's She's a tough cover down there. Tough cover for the Providence right now.
Classically trained big when you can jump hook with both hands. And it's for that express purpose right there to be able to identify the double team early, roll away from it, and still be able to score. And that's what she did. But the double came too late on that possession.
Too late. And she knocks down the extra free throw. Oh my God, back door is wide open. Butler was screaming for the ball. You don't want to go there.
Kelly drives into roll.
And roll. Looks like Baptiste caught her on the hand going up. That's a strong move there from Latoya Roll.
Let's see who they call the foul on. They're going to give it to St. Clair, so they don't call it on Waltia. Very important for Abaco.
And she misses the free throw. So that's going to be imperative down the stretch. They've got to knock down those free throws. We saw that in all the games yesterday. It's going to come down to free throws. I know fatigue looks like it's starting to set in, but you got to bend those knees and follow through and knock down those free throws. They're going to be the ones that count in the fourth quarter.
And now with 2:42 left to play here in the half, New Providence in the bonus. Butler makes the first. So chipping away at this lead, gets them both to go. 3-point ball game. And despite the fact that they've been relatively outplayed thus far, New Providence hanging around trailing by just a single possession. Sean thought about 3 kicks it to Baptiste in the corner. Over to Nesbitt. Nesbitt pull up J. Off the mark. Baptiste can't rebound, but Strawn does. Gets it back to Baptiste. Moultrie knocks it away.
No. Oh, no.
Referees are going to talk it over. Ball will stay here with Abacos. Sorry. Nesbitt in the corner to Williams, looking to set up, roll in the low post.
Skip to St. Clair, and that I was just going to say, only 5 seconds on the clock. Nobody's watching. Everybody's sitting casually on the bench. That's where your bench comes in. Coaching staff has to be alert of what's happening in the game.
Moultrie goes inside to roll, makes a move, runner off the mark, rebounded by Waltia.
Felicia Kelly cheats. So now that leads to a run out. Pick and roll action. Oh yeah.
Nesbitt got the step.
Yes.
And the finish.
Good finish there by Nesbitt. Good pump fake.
Went with the finger roll, got it to go. Roll, drives baseline.
She seems to be forcing it a bit now in the last 2 possessions. And that's going to lead to a run out for Nesbitt.
Nobody stops the ball, luckily.
Just a little bit strong.
Nesbitt misses. Kelly comes the other way for New Providence.
Coach Culman screaming, slow it down, slow it down.
Looking to set up Butler. Opposite side of the floor to Kelly, who misses the jumper. Moultrie fighting Mullings for the rebound. And they are going to call a foul. That one will be either on Butler or Moultrie.
So that one called on Butler. That's her second. She goes to the bench. Brennan also checking in for Latoya Roll.
So they were in the bonus for about 3 minutes, but New Providence not able to really take advantage of that.
Shooting tough shots. Latoya Roll especially, that's why she goes to the bench. Mixing 2 little chippies, little short jumpers. That's a good skip pass. Have to knock that down.
Nesbitt airballs a 3.
That's a great pass there from him.
Greenest of the green lights for Valerie Nesbitt, but that was a great play set up by Williams.
Great play from Williams. Brittany Harrison has to square up and hit that little short jumper.
Stevens.
She has to square up and hit that little jumper. Waltia Roll is really, she's going to blow by.
Nesbitt has such an ability to change speeds at the drop of a dime. It's so difficult to defend. She seemed to be walking the ball up and change pace at a moment's notice.
Then she blows by you like a blur.
Blew by everybody to draw the foul. That's going to be 2 on Delancey.
So Culmer wants to settle down the troops and get them going for this final 17 seconds. Probably drawing up a play or giving the girls some instruction as they try to cut into this lead with 17 seconds left here in the first half, because it's now or never.
He wants them to slow it down, but if you look at this Abaco roster, this is a sure-handed team. They do not have the depth that New Providence has. When fatigue kicks in, I mean, fatigue may never kick in for Valerie Nesbitt, but when fatigue kicks in for the other players on the roster, I think you would have to say that the advantage is in favor of New Providence just based on the depth that they have.
Definitely, and they have some young talent, so I don't know why girls are walking it up. They're not getting it up fast enough. Waltia isn't getting back super fast, but if they want to play in the half court, it's gonna benefit Abaco, because Abaco can put you in the half court. They have the long arms of Waltia Roll down in the paint, and she's altering all the shots, or she's blocking them and putting them to the backboard. So they have to get some speed and pace to this game if they want to really change the tide and trajectory right now. That one is no good.
Nesbitt not shooting it particularly well, but she is getting the job done for Abaco. She's leading the charge.
That one is no good as well.
Misses them both. Her team has a 5-point lead. Kelly pushes it up the floor. Head down. Tipped away by Mullings. 5.9 seconds left on the clock. And that was Kelly seeing that Roll was on the bench, and I'm just going to put my head down and try to attack, try to get to the free throw line.
Saw the coach is trying to give Roll an extra few seconds of rest. But those free throws again, they're going to have to knock down those free throws. And she hits the second.
Brennan makes the second. It's a 4-point game. 5.9 seconds left in the half. Is it enough for Valerie Nesbitt to get all the way up court? She does. Sinclair for 3. Off the mark. First half comes to an end. Abaco takes a 26-22 lead into the break.
Good possession there to end the game. At least they got a wide open shot, just didn't fall, but that's good execution.
New Providence hanging around despite the fact that Valerie Nesbitt has been dominant on the offensive end. Waltia Roll has been dominant on the defensive end. More of a collective, more of a balanced approach from New Providence, but somebody has to step up and be that star.
Nobody seems to want to take the bull by the horn and lead this team to victory. They need to get somebody to talking to the heads of these players and get them going. They still seem a little bit lackadaisical, and it's now or never for them. So they have to really perk up and get their feet to the drive stone, because they have a half to play, and this can decide whether or not they play for the bronze or the gold. So I think they have to get a sense of urgency at this point, and really, to their advantage, they have 5 guards, like size, that can handle the ball, push the ball in transition, and get at Waltia Roll.
We will head to a break. When we return, we will have the second half of Abaco versus New Providence women's semifinal.
means a lot to me. Seeing my customers smile brightens my day. Family is important to me. I love spending quality time with my grandchildren. I'm happy to celebrate 70 years with Lowe's. My name is Constance Hen. I've been working with Lowe's for 48 years. I hope and trust that they have another 70 years to come.
KTH Physiotherapy has a professional team of therapists that stay up to date with the latest methods in orthopedic rehabilitation. Our clinical staff is praised in helping in the recovery of sports injuries, including neck, back, knees, and shoulders, just to name a few. We provide high-quality service in a warm, friendly environment. Insurance is accepted with a doctor's referral. Get back on track with KTH Physiotherapy. Located East Bay Shopping Center, opposite Potter's Key. 394-5161.
Catch Janae's annual 20% off back-to-school sale going on this week only. Get up to 20% off on all school items in stock. Yes, 20% off all school items. Shirts, jumpers, skirts, boys' long and short pants, school neckties, PE shorts in a variety of colors, colorful backpacks and lunch bags, character towels, raincoats, and umbrellas. Shop early and don't miss out on this. Janae's Chesapeake Road's annual 20% off back-to-school sale going on this week only. Beat the rush and save. Janae's 20% off annual back-to-school sale going on now. Restrictions apply.
She wanna come and try and break my heart, but I don't see her right from the start. She can't F with me. Girl, you're melanin, melanin, melanin. You keep things coming back again. Back in the day, remember when? You say you never talk to me again. You wanna cook for me now. You wanna take care of me. That's fine with me. Long as we keep dancing, give me the record straight. My Lord. Give me the record, give me the record. Give me the record straight. My Lord, watch the wine. Bum, 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 bum. Y'all remember the back on the yard? When we was young, we used to dance around the dark. Now that we grown up, you are crazy. My Lord, girl, you acting like you don't know me. Girl, we used to move it down low. Bring it back up slow. Turn it all around and let it go. You wanna take care of me now? You wanna cook for me? Man, that's fine with me now. Long as we keep dancing, give me the record straight. My Lord.
And we are back at the Candlelight Gymnasium, ready for second half action in our women's semifinal. Number 2 seed New Providence against number 3 seed Abaco. Trip to the gold medal game on the line between these two very talented teams, and they looked every bit as much in the first half. Valerie Nesbitt still firing away, taking advantage of the way New Providence is trying to defend Waltia Roll.
Volume shots, that's what's going to happen. She's going to get volume shots, so that's important.
Can't make them if you don't take them.
Yeah.
Green light.
One of the things is going to happen. It's going to hit or it's going to miss.
Nesbitt. Yeah,
Delancey
on
just
the drive.
closed her eyes and just threw it up.
Nesbitt with the rebound. Finds Roll. And off that first possession, Delancey looking to be more aggressive offensively, perhaps, here in the second half. Taking her first shot of the game. Looking to find Roll inside. Harrison does a good job denying.
As he travel
on Strawn. So good job defensively by Harrison, not allowing Roll to establish position down low on the block. Delancey brings it across the timeline for New Providence. Finds Butler inside. Had the mismatch against Strawn. They're going to call the foul on Strawn. Bodying the lower half of Butler. That is a matchup that New Providence can take advantage of. Butler, very versatile scorer inside. Has a few inches on really anyone on this Abaco roster outside of Waltia Roll. Moultrie with the spin move, goes to the left, doesn't get it. Butler unable to save it. Ball will go to Abaco. So first two offensive possessions for New Providence coming up empty. Abaco looking to extend this lead. Christine Sinclair, no good, but there's Roll. Rebound, put back, much of the same we saw in the first half, continuing here in the second. Now Coach Mullings may be rethinking that whole rest Waltia thing, because I don't know how you can at this point. The Great Wall of Abaco.
The Great Wall of Abaco.
And there she
goes. And looked like a travel. But they're just not comfortable driving to the basket.
Delancey on the drive, and she draws the foul. Nesbitt and Strawn take a tumble, but
Nesbitt was there for the charge, but Strawn just slapped down at the ball just before Delancey shot the ball. But Nesbitt was in good guarding position to take the charge.
And we questioned who was going to be that player from New Providence to try to step up to try to force the issue. And Delancey looks like she's going to try to accept that role here in the second half.
She looks like she's trying to provide that veteran leadership, trying to step into and engage the role of that vocal leader. Because I can see her quarterbacking the defense. And she's also stepped up her defense, playing the passing lane. So she knocks down the second.
Takes advantage of that lane violation and gets that one to go. Still a 6-point Abaco lead. Strawn, pull-up jumper. That one is good.
Knocks it down.
Good-looking jumper from Strawn. Gets her first field goal of the afternoon.
So Delancey, being the vocal leader, calls out the play.
Pulls up. 3 is no good. Latoya roll and Waltia roll fighting for it, but Sinclair comes up with the board. Over to Nesbitt.
And Kelly picks up the foul in the backcourt. And has a few words to Nesbitt.
Foul on Kelly trying to pressure Nesbitt in the backcourt. I don't know if there's one individual player on the floor that's going to be able to pressure her or affect her in any way.
Too often. Good pass.
Williams tried to skip pass. Good tip. Deflected. Butler comes up with it. Delancey ahead to Moultrie. Jab step. Attacks. And they're trying to force the issue to draw these fouls on Waltia, but it's just not happening.
That's not happening. All she has to do is stand up straight. And that's an errant pass there from Nesbitt.
You can see the idea. You get the intention, but it's just turning into a series of wild shots, a series of really shots that are equal to turnovers in some aspect.
Butler. Good shot.
There's that mid-range jumper that the bigs from New Providence have to take to be able to draw her away from the paint.
Have to hit that jumper. They're going inside. 4.
Double.
Sink in the paint.
Double comes quickly. Abaco rotates.
Bang.
Perfect execution.
Excellent swing.
Of how you play against a double team. So extra passes finds a wide open Sinclair. Kelly answers on the other end. Sinclair already has scored more in this game, 8, than she scored in the first matchup. So she is the direct beneficiary of roll being in and those swing passes finding her open in the corner. There she is again.
Good pass.
Pick and roll. Works to perfection.
1-5 pick and roll. Roll and Nesbitt.
And they didn't really go to it in the first half at all.
Not at all. There you go. Good defense. Great defense. Good help defense there.
Maybe strategically saving that for the second half, not allowing New Providence a chance to scout it early and come up with a game plan during the half.
Yeah, they're bringing out a few more wrinkles in this half. Look like Harrison is coming back. They've had enough of Rose dominance.
She'll replace Butler. I don't know. I like playing Harrison and Butler together just because Butler's so good offensively. Delancey in the corner. Sinclair will be called for the foul, getting a bit too physical with Kelly.
Yes. That screen, Harrison looked like she was on the move. And she chicken winged that foot. So she picks up her third foul. Now they have to decide what they're going to do with Harrison, if they're going to keep in
and that's the worst possible foul you want one of your bigs to pick up.
Worst foul.
If it's on a block attempt, maybe even a rebound, something like that, you get it. But off a moving screen,
yep,
that's one of those where the coach just shakes his head.
And there she goes in the backcourt. That's why Delancey's telling her go. You don't want to pick up another foul in the backcourt and scave off trying to pick up your fourth foul.
Delancey on the drive, no good.
Because now a decision has to be had with Coach Cutler, but he seems to be riding with Harrison for the next few minutes.
Nearly a foul call on Delancey, but the other ref comes in, says it's a jump ball. Either way, Abaco gets the possession. 3:34 left to play here in the third. Thus far, New Providence has not been able to chip away in this quarter at this lead. Still trailing by 8. Abaco has possession. Nesbitt Thought about pulling up for the three. Mullings will. Misses everything. And Kelly just unaware of where she was on the floor. Stepped in bounds as she was going to make the pass. Something so routine that you do thousands of times as a basketball player.
Too much unforced errors. You have to remain focused. That's the one you shoot.
Sinclair stops, pops, misses.
Much tougher shot.
Rebounded,
wide open.
Roll misses the jumper. Moultrie snags the rebound, gets it ahead. The Chantel Roll. She hears the footsteps.
Get that out of here.
And we saw that one coming. They're going to say Sinclair stepped out of bounds.
She reestablished herself.
Waltia just measured that one on the drive to the basket.
That was a don't come back in here.
Block number 6 for Waltia Rowe.
Sinclair did reestablish herself, so great stuff there by the officiating crew to overturn that call. Good pass.
Great pass.
And there you go. Now you didn't avoid Harrison picking up a fourth foul. She picks up a fourth foul. So that means Waltia Rowe will have a field day down low.
Great awareness from Nesbitt. Caught the New Providence defense sleeping. Roll was able to somehow, I don't know how she gets by everybody and slips by door. All attention should be on her.
And she has such a soft touch.
Point Abaco lead, under 3 minutes left to play in the third. New Providence will have to mount a comeback.
Good tip.
And it's tough to do against this Abaco defense. With
That's going to be 2 points. And 1. Oh, just ball was fouled.
Nesbitt's defense at the point of attack and anchored by Waltia Roll makes this Abaco team relentless. And New Providence is going to have to come up with a different strategy at this point. Delancey came out aggressive in the third, looking to be the one to get this offensive scoring going, looking to force the action, initiate some of the offense. But now she's on the bench. Somebody is going to have to step up. Is it going to be Felicia Kelly?
And you know, Coach Cutman is just seeking for anybody to give him a spark off the bench. He's interchanging in and out, looking for some kind of spark off the bench. Because nothing is coming from the bench right now for Coach Cutman.
He's going to go to Ferguson as she checks in. Ferguson.
One more. The roll is wide open.
Finds Harrison in the corner, doesn't get it.
Whoa.
Kelly goes for the steal underneath Nesbitt.
Whoa. You don't like to see that, but both players look like they're okay.
They seem to be all right. Nesbitt shrugs it off, as does Kelly. And Abaco in the bonus. All those ticky-tack fouls at the beginning of the quarter have added up, and now New Providence faces an arduous task now, trailing by 12, and Abaco in the bonus for this final 2:25 of the third.
Absolutely, and this lead continues to balloon now. Up 13.
And they get to do it from the line with
the clock stop. So 41-27 now with 2:20 remaining here in the third quarter.
And Abaco is a team that you don't want to foul because they have so many good free throw shooters. Nesbitt just made a pair. Roll is a good free throw shooter.
There you go again.
Block number 7.
The great wall of Abaco. Good alley-oop try there.
I'm going to need Nesbitt to put one down before this tournament ends. She's toying with us. She's showing us a bit of the hops.
Hey, Valerie, get the trampoline and put on a show for us.
Let's go. I mean, she's done everything else.
Yeah, yep.
Now
She's a one-woman wrecking crew. And somebody opened the back door. Sinclair
uncharacteristically
shoots
airballed
an
the
air
free
ball.
throw. You never know when those tired legs from doing all these wind sprints back and forth are going to catch up to you. Sometimes it catches up to you at the free throw line.
Oh, yeah. So she seems to be very winded.
That's all legs.
That's no legs. That's everything.
Everything else.
Everything else.
Ferguson gets it to roll. Back to Ferguson.
Good
Dishes it to
pass.
Harrison.
Good. And that's the shot Harrison has to connect on if she wants to be effective.
If the guards can penetrate, that dump off pass is going to be there every time.
Every
because
time.
Roll will step over to defend. Sinclair thought about three.
That's the travel.
It's always better to take the open shot.
Take the open shot.
She was thinking about it too much. I think the free throws may have gotten her head on that last possession. She had two jumpers, didn't take them.
And you know, we spoke about the wrestling of Waltia. As you can see, she's still riding it out. She's going to have to take as much rest as she needs for the rest of the night.
Hey, gold medal game is tomorrow. You can rest the rest of the day.
Yep.
Don't worry about it.
Yep.
Goes straight up. Harrison again.
Oh, wow.
Rebounded.
Waltia
Gets it out.
over the top of everybody. And that looks good. That looks good.
Strong 2 for 2 from the perimeter.
As the bank is open.
You can see how confident she is in that stroke. Made both jumpers that she attempted.
She cashed in from the bank.
Roll takes a three.
That's
Air
air ball. Horrible shot selections right now for the Providence. They're not getting any communication. No synergy on offense. Ball is sticking. One pass and shot. That's not going to bode well for them heading into the fourth quarter.
Their best offense has been the penetration and dish to Harrison, whether she takes that jumper or takes a dribble and gets inside.
Oh, Waltia rolled too deep.
And that's been the best offense for Abaco. Just throw it up.
Just throw it up.
Waltia's going to get it and put it back. Don't worry about it.
She has to have almost 20 rebounds right now. She's just dominating the board. Good move by Latoya Rose. Strong move.
What a difference a dominant 6'6" center makes, right?
Changes the whole game.
A 50-41 loss to this very same team without her. And now with Waltia in the game.
This is that one.
Abaco will take a 15-point lead headed into the fourth. New Providence has some work to do. Abaco has the gold medal game in their sights.
Coach, what do you do now? Coach Culmer, what do you do now? Your troops have to rally the troops in order to get them going. What's going to happen in this fourth quarter? Will they make a run? Much is left to be seen if they've just laid down and played dead, or they're going to come out with some fight and fight back and claw their way back into this game.
Roll has just one foul, so trying to draw fouls on her to get her out of the game, not an option on the table at this point. They've tried that. Hasn't worked. She's just been going straight up and forcing bad shots. The best defense that they've had against her, they haven't been able to really capitalize from the perimeter. It's that penetration and dish to the big just outside the paint.
That short corner shot has to be hit by the Providence. And Brittany Harrison just had a few attempts. She went 1 for 3. But let's see what happens if they make the adjustment. They need somebody right there who can knock down that little short mid-range jumper and not force it down low, because Waltia Roll has been the great wall of Abaco today. She's just denied or deflected and really altered a lot of shots today. There's been instances where the Providence just threw the basketball in the air based on the fact that they knew that Waltia Roll was coming.
We may be in line for a very interesting interview. Sasha is joined by Coach Donnie Culmer ahead of the fourth quarter.
can't teach height, and that's a professional player.
I was just going to ask you, what is the answer to Walter Road?
Right now, it's really no answer. You just got to dig down deep. That's a real good team you see out there. That's a gold medal team that we're playing right now.
All right, thank you so much, Coach Culmer. Like you all heard him say, they're playing a very, very good team. He, in fact, called it a gold medal team. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Sasha. And Strawn there with the fast break layup. And it continues to mount for Abaco. Roll with the board. Harrison looks like she's set to check back in. Crossover from Nesbitt.
In and out.
And she wanted that J for the highlight reel.
She wanted that one.
Swing pass. Brennan can't come up with it. Stolen by Mullins.
Now 2-on-1.
Sinclair 2-on-1 break
Give it
with
back.
Strawn.
Excellent basketball.
Sinclair goes to the line.
Good give and go there. That's the way you run the fast break.
Abaco inching ever so closely to a 20-point advantage. But Coach Cullen's assessment was correct. You are playing a monster. You are playing a professional player. You're playing someone who's not only her physical stature, but just her level of play is so far superior to everyone else on the floor. It's really difficult to get a handle and have a game plan for her. Ferguson, the other way, will have a chance for a three-point play.
Tough move there from Ferguson.
Ferguson goes to the line. And Providence not out of this one yet. If they can mount a rally, has to happen now.
It looks like 3 fouls on Roll now. She just picked up a third, similar to Harrison, who picked up a fourth. So let's see how she plays through those 3 fouls. Seems to be laboring a bit now.
We were saying this since the second, and it has not mattered at all.
But she's still the biggest one out there. So the ball goes up, and she goes and gets it.
Can't teach talk. This here has to be the answer for New Providence. But they've got to be able to convert on the fast break opportunities. You've got to set up your offense. You've got to be out on the run before Roll can get back, or before the rest of this Abaco defense can have a chance to set up. Scoring in the half court does not favor New Providence. It has not this entire game.
If they want to get out, they can see that beating Roll down the floor bodes well for them. They're either one, getting an easy layup, or they're going to the free throw line. So if they want to chip into this lead anymore, they would pick up the pace of the game. I would even bring the pressure up a bit, and force these ball handlers to make a play outside of Valerie Nesbitt. Double Valerie, take off the ball completely, and force Sinclair and Mullins to handle it, and put some pressure on those guys.
And I think they're also missing Brianna Stevens. Haven't seen her this afternoon. Yes. She has been so key for this team, not only with her defense, but her ability to finish. That was a player that would have been very useful for New Providence in this game.
So Aaron passed there.
Ferguson
to the corner.
Takes the three.
No good. The Great Wall of Abaco.
Ball will go over to Abaco. Sinclair brings it across. Gets it into the hands of her point guard. Nesbitt calls out the play. Simplest play call in the world. Give it to Waltia, get out of the way.
And there you go. Good drop step. And Mullins, tough rebound.
She has been the first one to just about every 50-50 ball. She's been a great rebounder on the perimeter for Abaco when Nesbitt or Roll hasn't been able to get to it. Mullins goes inside. Over to Strawn. Strawn on the drive, has it tipped away. Moultrie picks it up. Brings it the other way for New Providence. A trio of defenders facing her. Gets it to Ferguson. Over to Brennan. Count the basket.
So they're chipping away now. 11-point lead.
Ferguson now shadowing Nesbitt full court. They'll have to send help. They don't. She gets the rim but doesn't score. Roll is there.
They really can't do anything with her. She's just imposing her will on the offensive and defensive boards. And Harrison and she getting set to check in because they can't get any rebounding.
But they also can't leave Ferguson on an island one-on-one against Nesbitt because she didn't score the basket, but she created that entire opportunity just blowing by her on her way to the rim.
You have to, two things. You got to stay in front of Nesbitt and you got to put a body on roll.
That sounds like so much work to do. we make it seem
and
easy.
As easy as that sounds, it's so hard for the Providence at this point.
Just stop the two best players on the floor. This is what you need to do to win.
Yep.
37-48. New Providence making one last push here. Fighting to get this within single digits. But Waltia Roll will go to the line out of this timeout. She has been the force that we expected. So Roll will go to the line.
Roll has been a dominating force. She has to have about 20 rebounds. We're gonna check the stats and see where Roll is at. She's really dominated the board. She misses
them both.
Back end. She gets one of two. Misses the back end of. And now you're getting a push for the Providence with the layup.
Lead is down to 10.
And the crowd is going wild. Nesbitt.
Lucky she wasn't called for a charge. It could have been
She
argued.
lowered that shoulder.
She did lower the shoulder. But gets away with one and earns a trip to the line. So Roll 1 of 2 on her last trip. Nesbitt now will go to the line for Abaco.
Sinks the first. She's coming up big now for Abaco. And this is when the big players come up big in these clutch scenarios. Late game situations.
Someone is going to have to come up big for New Providence.
Oh, that's a problem. But she got away with it.
So I think Latoya Roll did a bit too much there, expecting the contact from Waltia. Got away with the travel on the spin move.
And Brennan, short arms the first.
Definitely need those when you're trying to get back into a ball game like this.
With the clock stopped, free points, you got to capitalize. So she hits the second. Now a little token pressure. I wanted to see this a little earlier, but now he just let Nesbitt blow by.
I don't know.
That's the fear.
How do you pressure that?
That's the fear that you're gonna have to get somebody. But you need to double Nesbitt for somebody else to win the game.
Roll goes inside,
and that's a good shot.
Count the basket. And she has a chance to make this a 9-point game at the line.
Single digits.
But if they're going to bring pressure, it can't be token pressure with Valerie Nesbitt. She's going to eat that alive.
When she dove to the corner, She should have had 2 persons there for somebody else to make a play. At this point, late game situation, you know the ball is going to be in the hands. You have to be assertive and try to get the ball away from her. Force somebody else to score. And it's going to be tough. She's making the interior passes to Roll, and she's making it spot on. So if she doesn't have any token pressure, she's going to make that drop-off pass. Roll is going to go to work. But if you double her, you're going to force her to get the ball in the hand. So you got to make Mullins, you got to make Sinclair the playmakers, which they're not comfortable doing. So those are the type of things that adjustments that need to be made. There's about 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes left. So this is the time you got to ratchet up that pressure. See if you can create some turnovers. This is a 5-possession game. Roll going to the line for 1. Makes it a 4-possession game. Hit a 3-pointer. A few tools, a few free throws. 4:14 left. Gee, this is a lot of time.
There's a lot of time left to play, but every possession still has to be played with the level of importance and sense of urgency.
There you go. She knocks it down. So pick up the pressure now. Pick up the pressure. The pressure coming full court. Now you force Roll Waltia into being a playmaker as well, because she has to now get in the play. But look at it. It's too easy. Effortless. But there you go. Turnover. So you're forcing them to speed up. So now if they can score here, they can cut the lead to 7 or even 6 right here with the 3-pointer.
Ferguson controlling up top, gets it to Kelly. Skip pass stolen by Nesbitt.
Read by Nesbitt.
And she saves it from going out of bounds. Strawn for 3. Off the mark. Harrison fighting for the board. Kelly comes up with it. Another Kelly pass stolen.
And now Nesbitt says, go. Let's slow this down. Let's slow this thing down.
I was just about to say Kelly needs to be aggressive offensively, and they need her to score. Nesbitt on the drive. Moultrie, another pass tipped away.
Ball goes. Yes, it did touch. She said it didn't touch.
What a play by Roll, getting back in transition. Getting back in transition to tip that one away.
So Nesbitt now goes to work with Mullins in the pick and roll. Skip pass to the corner. Down to Roll. Good pass to Mullins. Mullins up and good. Good pass there from Maltese. She's doing it all right now.
Great execution in the half-court set from Abigail. New Providence has to match that. Inside, Brennan goes against Roll. Foul is drawn. Taking a look at these numbers right now, Waltia has been
15 rebounds.
She's been just as dominant as you've said.
20 and 15.
Valerie Nesbitt right now with 15.
4 block shots there from Waltia as well.
The most glaring thing looking at the numbers, not a single player from New Providence in double figures.
Not one. Not one. Bright spot is Latavia Brennan. In just 12 minutes, 12 minutes has more rebounds than she has minutes. 13 rebounds, and she's at the line right now as we speak, so knocking down the first.
Just made her 8th and 9th point, so 9 points, 13 boards for Brennan, but not much offense up and down this roster for New Providence. Trailed by 10, 2:42 left to play. And it's difficult to even speed up a team when they have a floor general like Nesbitt controlling the pace of the game, because you are not going to get her rattled. Pull up Jay, off the mark, rebounded Brennan. That's her 14th, ahead to Moultrie. She's got to run and finish. Off the spin move, goes to the left hand and doesn't get it. Kelly kicks it out. Ferguson steps into a 3. Nearly banks it in. Sinclair looks like she will be called for the foul on Moultrie. And Moultrie will go to the line for New Providence. They will be in the bonus the rest of the way. So New Providence actually had several good looks there on that possession. That's the second time a Ferguson 3 was halfway down in the basket and just rimmed out.
And now Moultrie misses another free throw. Late game, gotta knock down your free throws. Those count, especially at this time. She makes a second. They need to bring the pressure up. They're still dropping back. 2 minutes to go. They need to bring the pressure up. There you go.
Ferguson nearly comes away with it. But all that did was create.
Oh my goodness!
All it did was create a clear line to the basket.
Nesbitt with the fist pump, the hoop, and goes to the line to shoot one.
Once the defense was spaced out and everyone was scrambling for the loose ball, it created the perfect opportunity for Nesbitt to carve up this New Providence defense, and she did what she has been doing all afternoon. 17 now for her.
She's been the woman on campus today. She's been the big woman on campus. She's run the team with efficiency. She's gotten to the basket with regularity, and she's knocked down some open shots. Valerie Nesbitt definitely doing it all. The 1-2 punch. So, in Abaco, we should be getting on next week. I don't know what y'all are going to call it, but we're going to call it the Nesbitt Roll Combo. 1-2 punch.
I think Abaco is going to say they want to see a gold medal before they can get the combo. Right now, Abaco looking to maximize and dribble out as much clock as possible with this 11-point lead. Under a minute left to play, Ferguson on the drive, and she will go to the line. Nesbitt, incredulous, can't believe she was called for that foul. Keeping an eye on the other semi-final, looking at what's happening over at D.W. Davis. Number 4 seed Exuma Ragged Island with a 9-point lead over the top seed Eleuthera.
Wow, Eleuthera, top seed, could go down.
Under 3 minutes left to play over at D.W. Davis.
Almost identical to this score.
So, LaShawn Higgs and crew has a lot of catching up to do. They hope to play for that gold medal.
So they're just trying to sort out table issue here.
It's going to be 4 on Nesbitt.
Nesbitt went to the table and told them that the foul was on Sinclair.
If there's one team that has not been concerned with load management, with the back-to-backs, with anything, that is this Abaco squad.
That's this Abaco squad. But Coach Mullings did say, hey, look, we have to ride it out. We've sure-handed some of our girls are not here, so we're going to have to do what we can with what we have. And they've done that.
Nesbitt, Roll, and Sinclair have gone pretty much this entire game. Strawn, corner 3. Wow. That one is good. What a shooter.
That one does it. That one will do it.
3 for 4, and that may be the nail in the coffin. Moultrie looking to make a move. Gets inside, goes to the left, scores 2. So whoever will move on to face Abaco in the gold medal game, you will have to contend with the leadership of Valerie Nesbitt, you will have to contend with figuring out what to do with Waltia Roll.
And Latoya Roll's not letting anything easy.
And when the supporting cast steps up around them, like they have this afternoon, like Strawn has been a knockdown shooter on those driving kicks, like Sinclair started the game doing the same thing. Mullings has been great on the boards, getting to 50-50 balls and creating opportunities. When you're supporting cast players like that, you see how difficult a good team is to beat.
Very difficult. But I still give the game ball to the Great Wall of Abaco.
I feel like you just wanted to say that. No matter what happened, you were going to find a way to get to your Great Wall joke. Like you were determined that was going to happen either way.
Yeah, she has been phenomenal down low. She has really controlled the game. As simple as it seems, she's really controlled the tempo of the game by keeping them to one shot on every possession, blocking shots, changing shots with regularity. So it's just been a phenomenal game. And Valerie Nesbitt ends it in style with a three-point jumper.
Puts the exclamation mark on this one, and that will do it. Abaco heads to the gold medal game. They will await the winner of whoever emerges out of D.W. Davis.
And it looks like Exuma Ragged Island are going to be the victors down there.
Spoiler alert.
Something extraordinary happen in the next minute here. Looks like Exuma Ragged Island will play Abaco for the championship with New Providence.
LaShawn Hicks can go on one of those Tracy McGrady runs and score 9 points in 37 seconds. So I'm not going to put it past her.
Let's not put it past her yet.
We'll have to wait and see what that final looks like. But Abaco, once Waltia Roll got here and joined the roster, completely different team. You knew that automatically made them a contender for the gold medal, and now they're just one game away from claiming that.
One game away. So it has to feel good, but it must not feel too good for the Providence, as they just didn't get things going as they should. They couldn't get into a rhythm offensively because of the changing of all the shots by Waltia Roll, and then they didn't have that person to step out and hit that mid-range jumper to give them a chance here today. But all in all, they've had a phenomenal tournament. They still will go in there and get a chance to play in the bronze medal game.
Let's hear from Waltia Roll now, as she is joined by Sasha for the postgame.
Waltia, the commentators called you the Great Wall of Abaco. Talk to me about playing all 32 minutes of that game.
I mean, it's not really that difficult for me because I've been playing overseas, so I've been playing 32 minutes, more than 32 minutes overseas, so it wasn't that challenging for me.
Talk to me about the keys for the game that you guys got to pull out the win. I saw you blocking. You pretty much did everything. Talk to me about that.
I mean, rebounding. It wasn't just about me. It was about everybody. Everybody played a part in it. Val, the point guard, she did really good today. And the other players, my other teammates, we did good. I mean, it was a team effort. It wasn't just one person, you know.
Now you guys go to the gold medal game. What is it going to take to pull out the win, no matter who it is that you're playing?
We just got to keep going hard. Got to keep pushing, keep fighting until the end.
All right, thank you so much. You all heard it from Waltia Roll, our former WNBA star player. She said she's playing overseas, so 32 minutes don't mean anything to her. Back to you guys.
The Great Wall of Abaco!
We are going to have to hear that for the entire gold medal game. I can't wait. Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to a great game. That should be a good game in that medal round.
We'll come back after this break. You just saw Team Abaco dominate their way to a gold medal, to an appearance in the gold medal game. We'll wait to see what happens in the other semifinal here at Bahamas Games coverage.
Watch it now. My Lord. My Lord. My Lord. Give me the record. Give me the record. Bam, 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 bam. Two counts solid and one collect. If you finish shot, boy, you're not sick. Can't stand up no more, so I have to sit. My belly too full, my God. This girl here, she thinks she's smart. She wanna come and try and break my heart. But I don't see her right from the start. She can't F with me. Yeah, yeah, melanin, melanin, melanin. They keep they coming back again. Back in the day, remember when?
Here, in the heart of Nassau, we welcome you to Bahama Handprints. Since 1966, we've been designing and manufacturing one-of-a-kind fabric. Every yard is printed by hand, and every garment and accessory crafted with expert care. Meet Les, our head printer for over 30 years. Les delicately prints each swath of fabric in our Harbor Bay factory, a skill he has mastered over decades, a true labor of love. Our islands inspire the vibrant colors and tropical motifs synonymous with Bahama handprints. Our team of artisans passionately creates an array of apparel and accessories for women, men, and children. A visual feast, designed and made locally. Visit our factory store in Harbor Bay today to see it unfold before your very eyes, or visit one of our 2 boutiques located in Sandyport, Nassau, or Governor's Harbor, Eleuthera. Bahama Handprints, boldly Bahamian.
Inspections by the MVTS are to begin January 2024 on all commercial vehicles. Drivers will need to ensure that their trucks meet safety standards. Inspection areas include lights, horns, brakes, hydraulic systems. All trailers must be inspected on the same timeline, must have proper brakes, locking systems, and is roadworthy. Contact us at 601-0629 for further details and appointments.
Blue Lagoon Island is an amazing private island day away that's fun for all ages. Choose your speed. Swim in the calm lagoon. Conquer the inflatable aqua park. Tour the island via Segway or relax in a hammock under a swaying palm tree. Visit our dolphins, sea lions, stingrays, and sharks for an encounter of a lifetime. There's just so much to see and do on beautiful Blue Lagoon Island. Call 363-1003 to book your spot today.
First we plan, then we innovate, then we build. At Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, we are committed to quality, to safety, and to service. We know that the road you take is just as important as your final destination. At Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, it is our job to make sure the road and the ride are as smooth as possible. From striping roads to building them, we are the right choice, the trusted choice, the only choice to help you build your tomorrow.
Thank you.